Choo choo. We are here to talk about Ticket to Ride. I'm with a very special guest, Clarke, friend and very prominent journalist, games journalist. You've been on an adventure to play as many / all the Ticket to Ride games as possible. First of all, why? And can you tell me how it's going?
Well, first, why? How would you even have to ask why? Ticket to Ride is amazing. It's the gateway board game to fun. It's a game that you can have a good time with. You don't have to overthink it, but you can also destroy all of your friends and make them feel sad about themselves and their lives. And geography. Everybody wins.
See, I don't like it quite as much as you. We're going to get to some of the stuff that I like a lot more in terms of the line, because as we're sort of discovering, there's a lot of Ticket to Ride.
There is so much more Ticket to Ride than I thought there was when I started this quest. I had thought, maybe there's 5. I could do 5. There's more than 5.
Yeah, spoiler alerts, there is more than 5. So we're going to go through some of the different categories and sort of what you played, what I've played, and very brief of how we felt about it. There's still more to cover.
There's so much more to cover.
So first off is the base game. So these are sort of the big box games. You get the trains, you get some maps. The first one was the USA, and then quite soon after that was Europe.
Yep.
So you've obviously played both of those. I haven't played Europe, which just adds a little bit.
You would love Europe.
Well, it's just tunnels, right?
Yeah, you get tunnels, but also you get to learn all the different place names of Europe in their local languages and really butcher the pronunciation.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need a game to butcher how to say different European cities. I think I can just do that naturally.
It's nice to have more opportunities, though.
The other one you've played is Germany. So those base games give you maps and they give you all the things you need, and there's sort of a base set of rules. And as I said with Germany, there's a bit of tweaking in how you play.
Same with Europe. There's tunnels that you need to place.
And stations to make it a bit easier.
And they make it easier, but they also make it harder. You have to pay for them in different ways. Okay. You have to think about them, and having thoughts is really challenging. USA is it's the game that I think is best to start with because it's long enough that gives you enough time to work out what the hell you're doing, but it's quite simple, so you don't really need to think too much about, oh, this is what I have to do next. It means you can think more about the strategy. Your challenge, of course, is to collect colored train tickets so that you can place routes and then get destination tickets and earn lots of points, and it's a good time. While
also there's lots of choke points where you can sort of cut off your friends or you can be cut off. I disagree in terms of the best starting off point, which we'll get to later.
It's okay to be wrong.
Off those base games, they have different map expansions, so they either have 1 or 2 depending on the box, and those maps for sort of different rules and tweaks. We've played just the one so far, which is France.
Yes, I've been trying to convince you all to play more than one game of Ticket to Ride per board game day, and I have not yet won this argument, but I am working on it.
I think the issue is there's just lots of things to play.
Yes, there is also the issue that I have a small baby.
Yep.
Which is somewhat time.
Requires some time and attention.
She does, if you want to do it well. But I really liked France. I thought that the mechanic of having to, when you picked up train tickets, you also place...
Assign a colour for a track,
Yeah, which could then block off other tracks. Really made it a lot more interesting and meaty. I don't know if I'd want it in a base game, but it's quite
You're also signposting what you're going for, which people can cut you off.
Yeah,
later.
But you're also potentially ruining other people's days by making it so that some paths just are impossible to get to.
Now, from the smaller box games, which I think is the best starting point, is they have cities. So they're designed for 4 people, doesn't go up to 5, like some of the base games do. They're smaller maps and they're shorter games, so like 15, 20 minutes. And I find them good because if I'm playing Ticket to Ride, normally it's with sort of people who are newer to gaming. You explain the rules, you play. Normally, halfway through the game, people start going, oh, I kind of get it now.
Yeah.
With this, they get towards the tail end of the game, okay, I'm understanding it now. It's such a short game that you can go again easily. Where a 45-minute game, often maybe you don't want to go again. Where a 20-minute game, you can easily go again. Can you tell me about some of the maps you've played and enjoyed?
So I've played London, Paris, New York, San Fran, and I think one more. What I like is that they've all got kind of little quirks. So New York, you get extra points for visiting landmarks. In Paris, you had to make the French flag, which we played during the Olympics, so that added a little bit of, ooh,
London is sort of regions and you're covering all of it. I haven't played San Fran. I think I liked Paris most because I think that sort of made you choose the order of routes a little bit more, which I found was an interesting little twist up. I feel like you could probably get whichever city you like the most.
Yeah. It's a nice bring back if you go visit somewhere, particularly New York, where the emphasis is so much on landmarks. You kind of feel like you're getting a tour of the city a bit more. But look, I find them fine. I think they're a little bit too bite-sized for me. I want to have that longer, okay, well, let's sit down and actually play Ticket to Ride.
Speaking of the longer experience, yeah, look at this segue is so good, people.
Smooth.
See, I didn't play this one because I wasn't too upset because I didn't want the longer experience, but the longer experience for Ticket to Ride is Rails and Sails.
Yes, I should say we played this at my birthday party and Liam didn't play it because he was running late. In Rails and Sails, as the name suggests, there are both trains and ships. It does take a lot longer and there's a few more fiddly steps, but what I really liked is that it is Ticket to Ride, but more. You get more time to settle in. If somebody kind of messes you up in one way, you can then, there's time to go around. You can make it work a little bit more. It's also a game that will really punish you for taking too many destination tickets.
Which is more like MO.
I sail close to the wind there, my friend. But it was a really enjoyable experience. I haven't played it again yet because I have not yet convinced anyone to sit down and play Ticket to Ride for that long again yet.
So was it more than like 2 base or map expansion length games?
I'd say it's like 1.5.
Okay.
Depends on who you're playing with and how familiar they are with Ticket to Ride. You do not want this to be your introduction to Ticket to Ride. That's just mean.
Would you rather play 2 base or map games or Rails and Sails?
Depends on who I'm playing with and what kind of day it is. Like if we've got a couple of plates of biscuits and we've all played the base games a few times and we want to have a bit more meat, Rails and Sails is the day for that. But if it's after a dinner party, like you're already gossiping about, I don't know, some reality TV show, 2 games of USA or Europe is better because you don't have to think as much.
Okay. Yeah, if I'm looking for a media game, I'd probably look for another game than Ticket to Ride, but I can understand the thought coming from it. The other big one we need to talk about, which we've talked about previously,
yes,
but is the legacy game, Legends of the West, which is a sort of big, sprawling 10 to 12 game, sort of epic.
I think it was about 13 games, actually.
Yeah, okay. Where sort of mechanics are coming and going, you're introducing the expanding map and games getting longer as you go on. There's the overarching sort of goal for points. We've now had a bit of time since we've played it. Tell us about it.
So now, since we played Legacy, I've played a lot more different versions of Ticket to Ride. And when I first played Legacy, I was like, oh, these are a bunch of really random ideas they've shoved into the one thing. That's odd, but I love it. It's so creative. But now I'm playing all these other ones. I'm kind of seeing where different elements come from. I don't want to spoil anything, but Wild West definitely comes back into Legacy. There's just little bits of sampling. It's like a greatest hits. It's a tasting platter of what Ticket to Ride can be. And I loved the way that game ramped up. I actually think of Legacy and wish I had more friends so I could play it again.
So that's the end of part 1. We're going to come back sometime later and we've got a bunch more to talk about because I think sort of exploring how far one of the original like modern board games has come is an interesting thing and also good to play games with you.
It's just nice. Thanks for having me.